Hey everyone, Techne here with a review of the HK Gaming Keycaps. We're going to be taking a look at some of their die sub keycaps in a cherry profile, and then also some of their pudding keycaps. We'll be slapping them on some of the Durgot and HK Gaming boards, the Hades and the Venus. We'll take a look at it on the black version and the white version. But real quick, before we dive into taking a look at the keycaps or taking a look at them on the boards or anything like that, the thing I really love about these keycaps, and I usually don't start my reviews like this, but the die sub caps start around 40 bucks. That's for a full set right there. They'll fit your full size, TKL 60%, and the majority of your 65% as well. And then the pudding keycaps over here start at 20 bucks. Now these are not gonna fit your 65%. They're gonna be your basic layout as far as full size, TKL 60% and whatnot. But again, that price point for these keycaps, just remember that whenever you're looking at these keycaps, because it is an absolute steal. All right, so first off, let's go and talk about the build and the quality of these die sub keycaps. As you can see, the die sub come in a cherry profile. This is the profile that actually comes on the Venus and the Hades right there. So if you use that board, again, this will be the same profile. When I say cherry profile, they sit a little bit lower than your standard keycap right there. At first, when I first started using them, they took me a little while to get used to, probably about a week or so. They felt real weird, but now it is my go-to profile. It just sits a little bit lower, very nice and ergonomic there. But as far as the build, these suckers are thick. I mean, you cannot flex these at all. A little bit of a coating on the top, nothing drastic by any means, still pretty smooth. And again, the font on them is just crisp, it's bold. And again, the quality across the board, these things are solid. All right, so taking a look at a couple of designs, let's start with the vintage one over here. It is just crisp. And again, looking at these keycaps with all these sets, they come with the extra caps for, again, multiple layouts right there. Again, talking about the Hades with those shortcuts on the side. Quite tough to find caps for those, right? But again, you have that in here and you can do multiple color variations, whether it be the pink or the green, again, suiting your needs. Let's go on down here to this light blue and gray version with a little pinch of yellow. Again, multiple variations for multiple layouts right there. And just take a look at that font. Again, even back with the vintage look. It's so crisp and bold. I absolutely love it. It just really stands out. Now coming over to this pink and green, you all know I'm not a big pink fan, you know, but this looks incredibly awesome here. I really, really like this. Again, how you got the green font on the pink keycaps and then the pink on the green. Really nice contrast there and it really stands out. I think this would look really cool on a blackboard. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Coming down here to looking at this blue, gray, and yellow, I absolutely love this. You all know also, I'm not a blue fan, you know what I mean? But I don't know what it is. This one just catches my eye with this combination right here. It looks so good, again, with that blue to the gray. And then of course you have this one down here with the multicolor, which honestly grew on me. Totally not my style whatsoever. I mean, heck, I'm pretty much just black and red, you know what I mean? But again, this multicolor one here really grew on me and I really like it. All right, so the two I have put on here again is that blue, gray, and yellow on the 60% Venus, the black version right here. I mean, just come on, doesn't that look stinking amazing right there? Then over on a white Hades, I have that multicolor option right here, which looks really good. Now, my shortcuts over here, my home page up and page down, they weren't the right size, so I'm not too sure what's going on with this one. All the other sets had the right size for these here. I'm not sure if I've had this set for a while here. I don't know if it's been updated or what's going on with that, but still, I mean, this looks so stinking good right there. I absolutely love it. But yes, this blue and gray just pops. If you throw a little blue underlight on it, of course with the die sub, it's not gonna shine through and give you that crazy RGB, right? You can get that nice subtle underglow, which you all know is my preferred RGB. And on this blue and gray with little blue under there, good night. That looks so stinking good. Same with the multicolored one. Again, just kind of match the underglow RGB with one of the keycaps and it looks so awesome. Now me personally, with die sub keycaps like this, where you get that real nice kind of pizzazz just right on the face of the board, I honestly prefer them without RGB. I really do, because it just looks so good. You get a little bit of a gamer vibe, a little bit of a custom vibe, but you still get that professional vibe, you know what I mean? They look so good. All right, so now let's go and take a look at the pudding keycaps. As you see, we have three color variations here, the green, the pink, and then the white. Now these also come in other options as well, like a black or a multicolor option with the pink and green or green and pink as well. These keycaps are very solid, but these do have that standard profile. They are not the cherry profile, so they do sit a little bit louder. And you get a different sound from each of them as well, which we will show you in a second. But what I wanna show you first is one of the keyboards with these pudding keycaps. All right, so as you can see, we have a white Venus over here with the green and pink pudding keycaps. I mean, good night. It looks so good. Like I keep going on about it. Y'all know I'm not into these pastel or bright colors. You know, I'm pretty much black, white, and red. I'm pretty simple, you know what I mean? This isn't really my type of vibe. But good night, this looks so stinking good, right? My wife absolutely loved this. And also with the RGB on these guys. Again, this is kind of the opposite of the dye sub, right? You fire up your RGB and it's gonna be vibrant and radiant out there. Now, of course, when you get into these colors like pink and green or whatnot, if you're into that like RGB effect or the rainbow effect right there, it looks pretty goofy, right? When you get into a color set like this, I kind of prefer it, me at least, right, with a solid color, whether it be white, green, or pink underneath. Again, when you get into that rainbow effect, it doesn't flow with the color combination you have. You kind of got to stick with the white or black keycaps to keep that rainbow effect going. But these guys, they definitely let that RGB shine. All right, so now what I'd like to do is give you a sound test of each of these boards right here. Not necessarily as far as switch. That's not what we want you to listen to right here. It's as far as the keycaps. Because again, a cherry profile, you get a little bit more of a solid sound. Coming over here to the original profile, the standard size, it's a little more high-pitched plasticky sound. Again, over here on the white Venus, we have cherry silvers. Over here on the blue and gray, we have cherry silent reds. And then over here on the multicolored Hades, we have cherry reds on this one. So let's go on and get a listen. All right, so as you just heard in that sound test right there, I mean, we can kind of take out the cherry silent. That's pretty much a different switch right here. It sounded very crisp and solid, right? But what I want you to focus on is the cherry reds on the Hades over here, and then the silvers on the Venus with the standard and then the cherry profile. As you can tell, quite a bit of a difference. Again, on the Venus, sounds a little more plasticky since it's really kind of just high, just a much more bigger keycap there. When you come over here to this very solid dye sub, low profile keycap, I don't know, to me, you just get a much more solid, thumpy sound rather than a clanky sound. You know, that's all personal preference. Me personally, I prefer this sound, but again, it's not like one or the other sounds bad. It's gotta be your preference, but there is a sound difference. All right, so there's probably two questions on your mind, at least there would be on my mind talking about these keycaps. Number one, talking about the pudding keycaps, I'd be like, hey man, well, how do they stack up to the HK Gaming pudding keycaps over here? Then talking about the dye sub, I'd be like, well, how do they stack up to the Taihao keycaps? Two keycap sets I've used multiple times and absolutely love them, right? But let's start with the pudding keycaps. First off, biggest difference, $19.99 for the HK Gaming, $25 for the HyperX. So you're talking a $5 difference right there. So, I mean, that's pretty much clear as day, right? Now, with the HK Gaming, again, as I showed you, multiple color options, even more online and more to come. HyperX, only black and white. So I gotta say, the HK Gaming get a total win right there. Now coming over to the dye sub ones, again, talking Taihao. I stinking love Taihao keycaps. They have so many different variations and color options. Again, standard profile, and I use them to this day. As you all seen multiple times on my Maya Pro here, I got the black and red version. Absolutely love these keycaps, and I use them all the time, daily. I use this board daily for gaming. Absolutely love them. So talking Taihao compared to HK Gaming dye sub. Number one, the PBT Taihao keycaps are usually around $50. So $10 more and you get that standard profile. So this is kind of more or less, I put this in the personal preference class, right? Do you want that standard profile? All day long, Taihao keycaps right here, fantastic. If you want that cherry profile and you want to save 10 bucks, HK Gaming keycaps. I love both of them. I can't say one's better than the other because again, they're very different. Again, different profile, again, in different layouts and stuff. But again, you're talking a $10 difference, whichever suits your needs wouldn't be. I love both of them and use both of them. They are both incredibly solid. But again, there is a price difference there. So all in all, HK Gaming Keycaps, as you can tell, I stinking love them. I think they're an absolute value, and that's the shining point right there. Again, you're talking 40 bucks and under. Absolute steal for the quality you get right here. I'm not really a big fan of group buys or even spending $100 on some keycaps. Absolutely crazy in my mind, you know what I mean? Again, I don't want to wait 3 or 4 months and I don't want to spend 100 bucks. You're talking 40 bucks and under right here to get a nice custom keycap. Absolute win. So hey, thank you so much for stopping by and watching my review on the HK Gaming Keycaps right here. I hope I answered some questions if you were looking at any of these right here. And I'm telling you, get them in your hands and you will see exactly what I'm talking about. But hey, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this review. I hope I answered some questions and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for some future tech videos. Hey, I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now.